Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ryan from MaddHabit, and I am here with
Zach.
And we are watching a friend of ours, Garrett, play a little BloodBorne on PlayStation 4. We've seen a lot of this game, and we are very impressed with it. We're both huge Dark Souls fans, From Software fans, and we were anticipating this game very much.
It's actually the reason I purchased a PS4. Great game, gold. Suggest it to your friends, tell your mom to play it. It is just a shining star in the games that we've seen lately. This
really
is
is
a fight that I spent a lot of time on. And, you know, it was a pain, and it's also one of the most fun battles I have ever had in a Dark Souls game and BloodBorne. And we're going to run right from the Cathedral Ward here. He's going to head up the stairs to the battle. One of the things about this game that's kind of interesting is almost all the enemies you can run straight past, which at first it kind of bothered me because I wanted to be forced to encounter some enemies.
But you can't level up unless you kill enemies.
Yeah, which is true. So when you need to level up, you go take them out. But when you need to get to the boss, you run right past him because you're gonna die, and you just want to get there and do it again.
Don't waste your blood vials.
So Amelia here. When you first encounter her, she is a normal-looking lady sitting at an altar, and she goes through this horrific transformation.
So cool.
And you see now the end result. So he's gonna run in here
and get it going.
He's got some really brutal attacks that he's gonna want to avoid here.
So like shock waves and jumps in the air. You'll see.
If he's lucky, he'll get a riposte on him. He gets him kind of staggered and punches him right in the face. I found the most important thing for me was to take my time and just make sure not to get hit with his attacks.
Definitely.
He does the couple of ground scratches that can reach behind him, which are really brutal.
One thing I've noticed about this game is you can hit those blood vials, which are your healing potions, way quicker. Oh, Garrett.
And it is just over, just like that.
Not a problem. That's to be expected.
So I think you were about to say you can hit the blood vials, which is like the Estus flask.
They're way quicker.
Extremely quick.
Oh, it's so quick.
Not quick enough to save him just there.
No.
But another thing that I found is, which is really interesting, you can hold up to 20 blood vials in the game.
Okay.
But if you go back to the Hunter's Dream, which is kind of like the resting place like Majula or wherever you want to call it, there's a storage box.
Majula in Dark Souls 2 for those who don't know.
Yeah, so you can store your blood vials in there, and I'm not a fan of this. It makes it seem a little easy to me. You can stock up blood vials, and what happens is if you have them in your storage, if you die, your blood vials get refilled. So say you don't have any in your storage and you lose them. So you start with 20, you get down to 15, you're going to spawn with 15. If they're in your storage and you come back, they're going to go directly to your inventory and you're going to have just a fresh start. Which can be nice, but I feel sometimes it makes it a little easy. I will say I get very frustrated having to find blood vials. They're not hard. They drop from enemies all the time, but it's just kind of a monotonous pattern to collect them.
Have you been in a fight yet where you've used all 20?
Yes, I've used all 20, run out of blood vials, had to go on a grind to go pick them back up. You can buy them from the shop, but there's always that.
Oh, you gotta save those
that
souls.
Choice. Do I want to level up? Do I want to get blood vials?
Blood echoes.
Yeah, they're blood echoes in this game.
But yeah, see, I don't have a PS4, so I haven't been able to get my hands on the game myself, but I cannot get enough of it. Watching YouTube videos, watching you play, it is just the style of the game. It's just amazing in every aspect.
The bosses in this game move 100% better than any of the other Soul games. They're much more dynamic. They have a whole different range of motion. They jump around, they'll chase you down, they'll use tons of different move sets. When I fought this battle, the first 10, 15 times I tried, she kept healing herself. She's got this move where she just regenerates all her health. And when I beat her, luckily she only used it once, which I kind of felt like it was very lucky. I felt like I kind of cheesed her, but
I mean, that's all part of the game. In a game like this, where what makes the game so good and the fight so good is the unpredictability of the enemy's movesets. It totally seems fair to me. If that time she didn't do the moves that are so brutal, you can still get through. I mean, you still had to suffer through all those times where you died.
Got the riposte.
Yeah.
So that's going to take out a heavy chunk of her health. It's definitely a key aspect to the game that you want to get down once you play it. Some of the bosses are definitely hard to land on them, but
Can you do that to every boss?
most bosses, I'm pretty sure you can on every boss. I definitely don't have the skill to do it. When she starts to heal, you want to get up close and try and just distract her and then run away.
Yeah. Doing a good job, Garrett. Keep it up.
All of the enemies in the game have a riposte option, and it's just about taking the time to learn it. That's the main use of your secondary weapon, which is usually a rifle or a gun of some sort. There's a blunderbuss, there's a pistol. Later in the game, you can get a cannon, which deals tons of damage.
Like, that's just a variation on the pistol.
It's a completely different weapon. And so right now, it looks like he's got the pistol equipped.
Yeah.
He's also got a fire paper, which adds that flame damage to his weapon, which really increases the damage on this boss. One thing I know you mentioned and you really enjoyed was how the boss is just free-flowing. All the garments and all the tattered clothes and for just flowing around.
You really see the capability of the new graphics with the bosses.
Roll out of there, get those blood vials. It's definitely a task to learn when to and not to use those blood vials. They are much quicker, but they'll leave you vulnerable. Like this move, it increases in distance as the fight goes on too. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
He's looking good.
He's looking good. I don't want to jinx it too quick. He's using a cane right now. It transforms from a sword to a whip, which is really pretty cool. All the weapons have a different transformation. Some of them are visible in the length.
Some of them are so cool. I saw one where it was looked like a lumberjack axe that extended into a halberd. It was really awesome.
Yeah, there's a couple cool things. One of my favorites, there's a mace in the game that's electric, and the transformation, it doesn't change the actual weapon. It just charges it with a really heavy electric blast, and it does tons of damage. Other ones extend into longer range. You could have a small broadsword that fits into like an ultra great sword, which can do tons of damage and gives you a lot of variability on how to attack. The other thing that's cool about that is you can work combos with your weapons in which the transformation of the weapon actually does damage. So you can do a short range attack, transform into a long range, and it looks like he's got him. Just creamed him.
He did. Took it slow, took it safe, and it paid off.
Give a little bow, get some respect. Definitely something you'll see in Dark Souls. Always good to bow to your enemies. Not necessarily the AI, but whenever you do some PvP.
Always good to bow.
So
in this game, you die and you lose all your souls and go back to your, what are they called, lanterns?
The blood echoes, yeah.
But there's no undead like in Dark Souls. Your base health does not go down.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about this is you don't lose your humanity. This game is based on insight. And insight allows you to summon people, and it allows you to do a couple other things like access some shops, and you can spend them on different weapons.
You think now to betray me?
It's a nice change from the regular Souls pace that we've been playing lately.
It is. They stuck to what they do well, and they made, even though it shares a lot of elements, I think the game is completely different in all the right ways.
It is, and I didn't play much of Demon Souls. I hear from a lot of hardcore fans that this game relates more so to the original Demon Souls rather than the Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2. Some of the healing aspects and stuff like that.
Take my leave.
Man, if I was going to buy a PlayStation 4, it would be for this game.
Yep, and there's a couple other things coming out for PlayStation in the next couple of years that I'm looking forward to. Of course, there's No Man's Sky. I'm looking forward to seeing what Project Morpheus has to offer, which, if you don't know about that, is the new virtual headset coming out. It's been in development for a while, and of course, there's tons of companies trying to work on that right now. I'm not thinking PlayStation will have the best option. I think PC is always going to outdo it with the options on gameplay and availability for ways to use that new technology. But I'm definitely interested to see where that goes.
Yeah, they got to start putting them out there. Trial and error.
Yeah,
see
definitely.
what works, see what doesn't.
So Garrett did a great job here today. He's going to head out to the Hunter's Dream. This is the headquarters for everything where you're going to level up, talk to the shop. It'll change a little bit throughout the game, but it's where you'll find your storage, your weapon modifications, the doll here who kind of guides you through the game.
The one place where you can't be brutally murdered.
You know, you would think that, but you walk around in this place and you'll see blood spots everywhere. I don't know. People run in here. There's one right in front of her.
They find a way to die.
They do. They come in with like no health. They jump off like a little cliff and they trip and like stub their toe and just die or something. It's bizarre.
That's true. In Majula, you can just walk right off the side into the water.
Yeah. So right here, he's giving us a little glimpse of the fortification center. Kind of same Dark Souls setup. You get to increase your weapon damage. You can upgrade your guns. Guns don't do too much damage, but
good
like
for
I
the
said,
stagger.
They're made for the stagger. And there's a couple like the cannon that'll do a horrible amount of damage, but requires maybe more silver bullets or something like that. Definitely a compensation for doing more damage. All these gemstones, they give a bonus effect to the weapon depending on what you want to place on there. Physical attack, defense, anything like that.
Very cool.
But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Just a little taste of Bloodborne. We'll definitely be coming back with some heavy boss battles in the future, getting some co-op play.
More Bloodborne.
This is MaddHabit. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, thanks, Garrett. It was good footage. All right, guys, take it easy.